We all know water is essential. Every health expert says it. Every doctor reminds us. But what if I told you that after the age of 60, how you drink water matters just as much as how much? See, most people believe they need to force down 8 glasses a day, no matter what. We carry water bottles everywhere, set reminders on our phones, and feel guilty if we haven't hit our target by evening. But here's the truth that not many people talk about. Your body's needs change with age. And blindly following generic water advice might not be helping you. It might actually be draining your energy, messing with your digestion, or even making you feel more foggy and tired. Let me tell you about Dr. Ivan Petrova, a little-known but highly respected Russian physician who lived well past 100. His secret? It wasn't magic herbs or extreme diets. It was simple, natural daily habits, and the way he drank water played a huge role. His insights, which were once considered old-fashioned, are now being supported by modern science. And the results? They're quick. Some people start feeling better, sleeping deeper, thinking more clearly, even easing joint discomfort, in just a few days. In this video, we're going to look at 5 powerful shifts in how you approach hydration, especially if you're over 60. These tips are easy to follow, cost nothing, and could make a big difference in how you feel every single day. We'll cover what kind of water is best, when to drink it, and why sipping slowly may actually help your brain more than chugging it all at once. And make sure to stay with me until the end. The last tip is something most people never consider, but it may be the most important of all. If you enjoy learning small habits that make a big impact, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. And while you're watching, let me know in the comments, have you ever questioned how you drink water? Or do you just try to get enough and hope for the best? Let's dive in. 1. Stop gulping, start sipping. It might sound simple, but how you drink your water can be just as important as how much you drink. After 60, our bodies don't always process water the way they used to. Gulping down a full glass all at once may seem efficient, but it can actually overwhelm your system. Your kidneys, your heart, even your brain prefer a slower, steadier approach. Let me tell you about Marvin, 74. Every morning, he'd drink 2 big glasses of water right after breakfast. He thought he was doing something healthy, hydrating fast and getting it over with. But by late morning, he'd feel bloated, foggy, and oddly tired. His doctor suggested something different. Don't flood your body, he said. Feed it. That advice changed everything. Instead of drinking 2 full glasses at once, Marvin started keeping a small bottle nearby and taking slow sips throughout the day. Just a little every hour or so. Within a few days, he noticed a difference: fewer dips in energy, less bloating, and a much clearer mind. You see, your body absorbs water better when it's delivered gradually. It gives your cells time to actually use it, instead of flushing it straight through your system. It also helps prevent sudden trips to the bathroom, especially at inconvenient times like when you're out shopping or just settling in to relax. So here's your tip. Keep water close and sip regularly. You don't need to track every ounce. You just need to keep a steady rhythm, especially during the parts of the day when you're least likely to remember, like mid-afternoon or while watching TV. And if you tend to forget, set a reminder. Leave a sticky note by your chair. Or try a water bottle with time markings to help you stay on track. It's a small change, but if you've been feeling off, even just a little, this might be the first habit to try. Because when you treat hydration as a gentle, steady process, your body responds with better energy, better clarity, and fewer complaints. 2. Don't ignore electrolytes. When most people think of hydration, they think only of water. But here's what often gets overlooked. Real hydration depends on minerals, not just fluid. Your body needs a delicate balance of water and electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium to function properly. Without them, water alone can't do its job. Let me explain it this way. Inside your cells, water doesn't just sit there. It flows in and out through tiny channels, and those channels are powered by electrolytes. They're like the gatekeepers that control how water moves, how your nerves fire, and how your muscles contract. If the balance is off, your cells can actually become dehydrated even if you're drinking plenty of water. That's what happened to Elaine, 68. She was drinking more water than ever, trying to be healthy. But she still had headaches, muscle cramps, and trouble focusing. Her doctor ran some tests and found that her sodium and potassium levels were slightly low, not dangerous, but enough to throw things off. So Elaine made one simple change. She started adding a pinch of sea salt to her morning water, and once or twice a week, she took a small dose of electrolyte drops. Within days, the headaches eased. The leg cramps disappeared, and that afternoon fog? Gone. Here's the thing. As we age, our ability to retain minerals goes down. Medications, caffeine, even stress can deplete electrolytes, and if you're drinking large amounts of plain water, it can flush out what little your body is holding onto. That's why it's so important to hydrate smarter, not just more. So what can you do? First, eat foods that naturally support your electrolyte levels. Things like leafy greens, avocados, sweet potatoes, and nuts. Second, avoid drinking gallons of plain water without adding anything to balance it out. A small pinch of Himalayan or sea salt, or a no-sugar electrolyte mix, can make a big difference, especially if you've been feeling tired or lightheaded for no clear reason. You don't need fancy sports drinks loaded with sugar. In fact, those may do more harm than good. What your body wants is balance. Gentle minerals that help water go where it's needed and stay there. So if you've been drinking and drinking but still feel sluggish, your body might not need more water. It might need more of what goes with it. 3. Watch the temperature. We don't often think about this, but the temperature of the water we drink can affect our body more than we realize, especially as we get older. While ice water might feel refreshing, it's not always what your body actually wants. In fact, drinking cold water, particularly during or right after meals, can disrupt digestion, slow circulation, and even lead to that uncomfortable bloated feeling many people experience but don't know why. Let me share a story. John, 72, had a habit of drinking a tall glass of ice water with every meal. He loved the crispness of it. It made his food feel cleaner somehow. But afterward, he'd often feel heavy. Sometimes a little gassy. And now and then, his stomach would cramp up. At first, he blamed it on the food. But his daughter, a dietitian, suggested something simple. Switch to warm or room temperature water, at least during meals. He gave it a try, and within a week, his digestion improved. No more bloating, no more discomfort. So why does this happen? Well, when you drink cold water, your body has to use extra energy to warm it up to your internal temperature. This can briefly restrict blood flow and slow down the digestive process. For younger people, that's not usually a problem. But for older adults, especially those with sensitive stomachs or slower metabolism, it can be enough to throw the whole system off balance. That's why many cultures around the world, especially in traditional medicine, have always preferred warm water or herbal teas with meals. It's gentler, it relaxes your system, and it helps food move through your body more smoothly. This doesn't mean you can never enjoy a cold drink. But if you're regularly feeling bloated, chilly, or sluggish after meals, it might be time to experiment. Try sipping room temperature water throughout the day. Start your morning with warm lemon water instead of iced coffee. And during meals, opt for a gentle tea or just slightly warm water to support digestion. It's a small change. But for many older adults, switching from cold to warm water is the difference between feeling heavy and slow, and feeling light, comfortable, and energized. 4. Timing matters, especially around meals and bedtime. Most of us don't give much thought to when we drink water. We just sip when we remember, or we gulp it down with meals. But as we get older, timing becomes more important than ever. When you drink water can affect everything from how well you sleep to how easily you digest your food. Let's start with meals. Drinking water right before or during a meal, especially in large amounts, might seem harmless. But what many people don't realize is that it can dilute your stomach acid. That acid is what helps break down food and absorb nutrients. If it's too weak, your body struggles to digest properly, and you're more likely to feel heavy, bloated, or gassy after eating. Instead, try drinking most of your water at least 30 minutes before or about an hour after a meal. A few small sips while eating are fine, especially if you feel thirsty. But avoid pouring in a full glass during your meal. Your digestive system will thank you. Now, let's talk about bedtime. Many people get up once, sometimes twice during the night to use the bathroom. And while that's normal from time to time, it could be your hydration habits that are waking you up. If you're drinking a lot of water too close to bedtime, your bladder is going to stay active, even when the rest of your body is trying to rest. Here's a better approach. Try drinking a small glass of water about an hour before bed. That gives your body time to hydrate, support overnight repair, and flush out toxins, without overfilling your bladder. Then stop drinking anything large right before you lie down. Let me give you an example. Diane, 69, used to drink a full cup of tea every night while reading in bed. It helped her unwind, but she was waking up every night around 2 a.m., unable to fall back asleep. Once she shifted that tea time to an hour earlier and cut back to a smaller amount of water, she started sleeping through the night more consistently. It wasn't about drinking less, it was about drinking smarter. So remember, water is powerful. But timing is everything. A few simple adjustments, drinking away from meals, and cutting back just before bed, can lead to better digestion, deeper sleep, and a much more comfortable day. 5. Don't force it, listen to your body. For years, we've been told that we need to drink 8 glasses of water a day, no matter what. But the truth is, your body is smarter than that. It already has a built-in hydration signal. It's called thirst. And learning to trust that signal, instead of ignoring it or overriding it, is one of the healthiest things you can do, especially as you get older. Let me introduce you to Roger, age 75. He read somewhere that he should be drinking at least 2 liters of water a day. So he started carrying a huge water bottle everywhere, forcing himself to sip all day long, even when he wasn't thirsty. After a few weeks, he noticed something strange. He felt sluggish, his legs started cramping, and at one point, he even felt dizzy and disoriented. A checkup revealed that his sodium levels had dropped, all because he was drinking too much plain water without balancing it with electrolytes. Here's what's happening. When you drink excessive amounts of water, especially if it's just plain water without minerals, you can dilute your electrolytes, like sodium and potassium. This can lead to a condition called hyponatremia, or low blood sodium, which causes fatigue, confusion, and in severe cases, can even be dangerous. It's not common, but it's more likely in older adults who are already taking medications or have underlying health issues. Now, this doesn't mean you should stop drinking water, not at all. But it does mean you should pay attention to how your body feels. Are you actually thirsty? Or are you just drinking out of habit or fear? There's a simple way to check. Look at the color of your urine. Pale yellow usually means you're well hydrated. If it's completely clear, you might be overdoing it. If it's dark, you may need more fluids. For a more accurate check, you can even buy low-cost urine test strips online that measure something called specific gravity. It gives you a snapshot of how concentrated your urine is, and whether your body might need more or less water. So instead of chasing a number, try this: drink when you're thirsty. Sip water gradually throughout the day. And don't feel pressured to force it. Your body has spent a lifetime learning how to communicate with you. It just takes a little patience to start listening again. Remember, hydration isn't about how much you drink. It's about how well your body uses what you give it. And when you learn to tune in, instead of tuning out, you may find that your energy, focus, and comfort all improve, without the constant pressure to chug glass after glass. So, what have we learned? Drinking water is essential, but after 60, it's not just about getting more. It's about getting it right. We've explored 5 simple yet powerful shifts that can make a real difference in your energy, digestion, sleep, and mental clarity. First, we talked about sipping instead of gulping, letting your body absorb water slowly, without overwhelming it. Then we looked at electrolytes, those invisible minerals that help water hydrate you from the inside out. We explored the impact of temperature, learning how warm or room temperature water can actually support better digestion and comfort. We discussed timing, how drinking water too close to meals or bedtime can backfire, and how small adjustments can help you sleep better and feel lighter after eating. And finally, we uncovered the importance of listening to your body, trusting your thirst, instead of blindly following a number on a chart. These aren't complicated changes. You don't need to track every ounce or download an app. All it takes is awareness, and a willingness to tune in to what your body really needs. Because after 60, your body isn't broken. It's wise. It's been adapting, healing, and supporting you your whole life. Now is the time to support it back, with choices that feel good, not forced. So here's your gentle challenge for the week. Choose one of these habits and give it a try. Maybe you stop chugging your morning water and start sipping slowly instead. Maybe you add a little pinch of sea salt to your glass once a day. Or maybe you finally retire the ice cubes at dinner and try something a bit warmer. It doesn't matter where you start, just that you do. And I'd love to hear from you. In the comments, let me know. Which of these habits are you already doing? And which one will you try first? If this video was helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more health tips designed with you in mind, and don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thank you for spending your time with me today. You deserve to feel clear, calm, and fully hydrated, and now, you know how.